was like checking this eye and then he was checking that way and he went, phew. I was like, fuck. So, I've been in self-isolation for like over a week now. And my self-isolation was weird. I had it planned, so I was going to be staying in my normal house, where I like live most of the time. And then my retinas, turns out they were like ripped. So I had to go get them fixed in the hospital, get emergency surgery, which was so fun. And then my mom was like, okay, I'm taking you home, gonna look after you. You need like to just relax. So I went to my mom's house and then I realized I've like compromised my self-isolation and there's vulnerable people in my house. So is it a good idea to go back? And then loads more things happened. So I did not plan to start self-isolating myself in my mom's, which meant that I didn't pack a load of stuff. I had enough things for like 2 or 3 days. I had some essentials and that was it. So yeah, I have not had makeup haven't been able to put on makeup for a week, but I also just didn't put it on the few days before. So I am so excited to wear makeup. Oh my god, I just want to feel human again. I'm wearing a skirt today, like unheard of, like femininity, what is that? I took like 2 pairs of jeans and then I was like, Mom, I need some more clothes, so I borrowed like some clothes from her and I had some clothes out of my mom's, but like not like nice clothes, not feminine clothes, not my favourite outfits. So I just feel like I'm back. So really excited to put on makeup and chat about self-isolation, why you should be doing it, quarantining, all that good stuff. But yeah, so makeup, oh my god, yes. Okay, I don't even know if I can remember how to put on makeup. So glasses are coming off, which means I can't see anything. It's actually so interesting to not be able to see. Maybe not interesting, but it's kind of mad the way you adjust to things. So like I knew that I needed my mascara there, and I knew my mascara was black, so I was picking up anything that was black. And you kind of like have to memorize the shapes of things like that. So I know my makeup in a very weird way because I can see it all when I can't see. I think it's really weird. That was really random. I think I'm just really grateful for my sight in general, because I went to, oh my god, curled eyelashes. Yeah, so I went to a like eye specialist. I didn't go to my opticians, they were closed anyway. But they were like, if you're seeing floaters, which I was seeing, and you're like, it's okay to see a few floaters, but they always said, oh, if you see a lot of them, please come into us and we have to get that checked out. But I didn't realise how serious it was. So I had been seeing them for about a month, and I was on the phone to my mum on this Sunday when I was on the way to work. So yeah, I was seeing lots of floaters and I was like, oh, not a big deal. But then I was waiting for my bus and I said to my mum, like, oh my god, like all I can see right now is floaters. It's really weird. So I was like, okay, get straight onto your optician. It's Sunday, so they're not going to be open anyway, but maybe they'll be open tomorrow and you can get an appointment. I was like, yeah, I like, no, like don't put it off anymore, just go do it. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Emailed them. They were like, okay, please go to like the specialized people tomorrow, like as soon as possible, like that's a bit urgent, you might have to go into the eye and ear. I was like, okay, didn't realise it was this much of a thing. So I rang the medical optics people on the Monday morning. I was like, hi, can I have an appointment? I'm seeing a lot of floaters. They were like, okay, come in and don't drive home because we might have to dilate your pupils, just so we can check them. I was like, okay, bit weird, but sure, look, I don't drive anyway, so it's fine. So I went in. I was like, by the way, how much is this going to cost? She was like, it'll be 110 to 150. I was like, that's more than it costs to go see my doctor. But okay. And so I went in, he had a look. He dilated my pupils with little drops and sent me back out. And he was like, okay, I'll see you in like 10 minutes, just go out and sit and like, don't move. So I was like ringing my mom and I was like, oh my god, it costs so much money. And I was ringing my dad and I was like, it costs so much money. Went back in and he like was checking them. He had to put this like contact lens thing up to my eye, and there was another thing attached to it, so it felt like a contact lens was on my eye, but his hand was still on it and moving it around. And he would poke this little laser into my eye to see into the back of it. And he kept on doing that and was like checking this eye, and then he was checking that way, and he went, phew. I was like, fuck, what? And then he like finished checking that, and he was like, okay, so you have a tear in your retina on that eye, and you might have one on that eye. So I'm sending you into the emergency casualty thing, and you need to get them lasered, like right now. I was like, what? And I got real freaked out. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because I didn't realize that laser wasn't necessarily that big of a deal. So I was like really freaked out, and he was like, look, it's not that bad. You're very lucky that you came in when you did, because otherwise you probably would have lost your sight. I was like, what? And I was putting this off for like a month, and he was like, okay, you just need to like go in right now. I'll give you a letter, and it like won't cost anything, but you just need to get them lasered. And he did like this thing. I'm going so glowy, I don't need all this highlighter, but I'm missing my makeup. Okay, a bit freaked out, but come on, let's go. So I rang my mom. I was like, can you bring me into the eye and ear hospital to get lasered? She was like, yeah, of course. A bit freaked out, but whatever. Luckily I'm off today because it's my holiday. So she picked me up, brought me in. Because of the coronavirus, I wasn't allowed to go straight in. I went in the front way, and I was so freaked out. I was like, look, I have this letter. I freaked out. He told me I was going to be okay, but I'm still freaked out. And the security fellow was like, you can't come in unless you have an appointment. I was like, what? I can't make an appointment. I need to get my eyes fixed today. And your mom was like, okay, well, that's fine. Just ring the reception and they will give you an appointment. It might be later today. It might be tomorrow. You just have to see. So I rang her and I was like, hey, this is kind of urgent. I need to get laser done on my eyes to fix my retinas because they're torn. And I was told I need it done like as soon as possible. My mom was like, okay, I'll get back to you. So she got back to me. I was on hold for ages. And she was like, okay, what's your name? I need to give it to the security guard because he needs to go and collect you because you can't just walk in. I was like, this is so freaky, but yeah, sure. So it's all just because of COVID-19. They're not letting people just walk in. Because what if you give it to someone? So I went in, I'm going so gentle on my eyes, oh my god, I'm so scared. So I went in, the security guard collected me, and I was there for like 3 hours. Long story short, I got my eyes lasered. There was 3 tears. So they were like, this could be from stress, it could be from exercise. I was like, I don't do a whole lot of exercise except for yoga. They were like, you never know, it could be yoga. I was like, how can yoga do that? Like, it's so gentle. They were like, your eyes are just so sensitive. So I had to go back on Monday to do a checkup and like see how my eyes are. And I'm gonna ask them all questions about like, what exercise can I do? Because the doctor person that sent me in was like, you can never exercise. Like, nothing at all. Like, I knew I had to be careful with what exercise I did. But he was like, no, like, exercise is just not a thing you're allowed to do. I was like, this is so weird. Yeah, so I have to ask all those questions on Monday. But that's how my quarantine started off, and like, just not a vibe. That's like so stressful. And then like, I know the whole country is like shutting down, and there's an announcement saying like, hairdressers, vetting offices, all that stuff. If you're not shut down, you're shutting down now. They're raising, oh yeah, my job shut, so technically I'm unemployed and I'm waiting for my job seekers benefit to come in, and it's like the emergency one, so I don't know how much money I'm getting, I don't know when I'm gonna get it. Really weird situation to be in, and there's just so much uncertainty. And it feels like the country has just stopped in a lot of ways, but at the same time, like, life doesn't stop just because there's a virus going around. Like, stuff's still happening with family, like, people are still, like, if they're sick, they're sick. They're not going to stop being sick for a couple of months just because there's a virus. I know A&E and all have like slowed down because no one's going out, no one's like falling around in pubs and smashing their head open, so there's a lot less of that. But then Also you have things like domestic violence has gone up, so it's just an insane time to be living in. I know Ireland is dealing with it great, and the World Health Organization said like all of Europe should be looking into Ireland to see how you guys are handling it, because you're actually doing a cracker job, which is so reassuring, because like it could be a lot worse. Like countries like Spain and all are suffering so much, and they're doing so much. They're on lockdown and everything. Like France isn't like too bad. I know that they have it, but they're on lockdown, and like so much of Europe is on lockdown. The UK only went on to lockdown the other night. Like it's insane. And then America is like kind of weirdly shutting down. Like they're kind of advising people to not to go out and things like that, but they're not really doing much. It's just crazy. And like then you still have people who are like obviously not going out to coffee shops anymore because they're all closed down, but people who are just like going out and meeting up with their friends. Like you can have brunch in a couple of months when everything is calmed down, but stop going and spreading it. Like you might not realize that you have it until like 2 weeks later. Like is I think the most time it takes to come out. And then you have like my grandparents are banned from leaving the house unless my granddad's allowed to go for a walk every day, and that's it, but he's not allowed to go in his car. Then my mum rang them the other day. She was like, "Oh, how are you guys doing today?" And my nanny was like, "Oh, grand, well I did a bit of cleaning," and granddad went out to his walk, and then he went and got the Jeep cleaned. My mum was like, "What do you mean he got the Jeep cleaned?" And they thought that him going into a petrol station for like 2 minutes to buy the thing for the code and then putting it in, that didn't count and you couldn't get contaminated that way. But obviously you can. So their quarantine has been compromised. Everyone just doesn't feel human at the moment. And then there's also little things that we can do to make us feel more human. So like a lot of people are getting in touch with nature, a lot of people are baking. One thing my dad is doing, he's like, I'm buying loads of new things. So if you always buy one brand of tea bag, get another one and you'll be like, ooh, what's this new experience? So maybe you're not going on holiday for a new experience, but you're like, oh, this is a change up, so it doesn't become repetitive, and you're slightly less likely to lose your mind, I guess, I hope. So that's one thing you can do, and try like buy different crisps. If you always buy Tato, buy King or buy Hunky Doors, things like that. But also don't go to the shop unless you need to. Oh, it's so weird. And then like, I'm not going to see my boyfriend for I don't know how long, and if I do, I have to stay so far away from him because he works in a petrol station. So that's really sad and freaky. That literally every time he goes into work, he is like seeing so many people. He works in one of the busiest petrol stations in the country. It's just so like sad and scary with everything that's going on, that someone that I love and I care about is like obviously not a frontline worker the same way as maybe nurses, like going in and specifically dealing with people who are sick, but he's still someone who's dealing with the public every single day. Like when I was working, I was so freaked out. Every customer that came in, I was like, it's just crazy times that we're living in. Had to run there. Can't remember what I ended up saying the last bit. I think I was just rambling about how insane this all is. A lot of people are saying like, this is our World War I or World War II, and I think it's quite comforting to think of it that way, because it makes you realise this is really big and important, and someday your grandkids are going to be like, so what did you do when the COVID-19 lockdown happened all over the world? And I know that I can say I self-isolated and I didn't make the situation worse for anyone, and I tried to look after everyone in my life. I know a lot of people would be like, or maybe they wouldn't say it, but their situation would be, oh yeah, I went out and endangered loads of people and spread it around a lot more than had to be spread around. And then a lot of people can say, oh well, I was on the front line, I was still in work, I was still dealing with the public or dealing with patients or, you know, delivering things. I kept everything going in the background, and those people should be appreciated, whether they're literally face to face with these patients who need help, or if they're just your local grocery store worker who's really keeping things going as well. So everyone, please stay safe, stay inside. Most importantly, that's the best way to stay safe, is stay inside with people who are also staying inside. And just try to like look after one another and look after your mental health by getting outside. Please just get outside the house. The weather is really nice considering there's a pandemic. It's so ironic. So take advantage of that. Leave the house. Your mental health will thank you so much for it. And yeah, just look after yourselves and others, please. And have a good day.